Eurovision has fallen. Eurovision is dead and we have killed it.
It was never good to begin with, Stelios.
Okay, so that's the main thing. Every time people think this way and they say that we've reached the bottom of the barrel, they wake up to new insane depths. And this is exactly what has happened with the Eurovision contest.
Eurovision is like that Russian mission to drill into the center of the earth, isn't it? It's finding depths that we didn't know we had.
Yeah, so before we say more about this insane competition, check out our career opportunities. We are looking for a production manager. It was someone who is skilled in videography, audio, and editing, available to work in London with occasional travel to Swindon. If you're interested, you can read our full job specification on our website. Right, on to our segment. So you've watched a lot of these videos that are talking about cultural decline, and they're showing you how a city used to be decades ago and how it is right now. And, you know, they have all the descriptions. Look at what they have taken from you. We're going to do the same thing about Eurovision, even if we accept, and I obviously have no problem admitting that Eurovision was never of good quality.
Certainly not their geography, because Australia is in it, Israel is in it. I don't remember either of those countries being in Europe.
Yes. So I want to say some things about the past. I will show you also images to see how it has changed. So for instance, here, ABBA with Waterloo won the 1974 Eurovision contest.
Mm-hmm.
Then from the United Kingdom, Save Your Kisses for Me, Brotherhood of Man. Then you have someone who has won twice Eurovision, Johnny Logan, 1980, What's Another Year, in 1987 with Hold Me Now, which is kind of a good ballad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you'll see how we got to basically winners who are dressed like chickens. Right. So here, this is the British candidates, the winners of the 1976 competition. Just look at how they're dressed, okay?
It's quite a shock that the 1970s actually comes out looking better in terms of dress. Not many people say, you know what, the 70s dress, that's the way to go.
It is very
Bring back
70s
flares.
looking at it, isn't it?
It's
70s number of buttons done up on his shirt.
Yeah, and it's unapologetically 70s. That's the issue. But you'll see now the UK contestant, the British contestant for 2024 was Ollie Alexander. Look at how he is.
Did they go for the gayest person they could find?
I don't know.
It looks like it.
And here we have David Atherton talking about the video clip where they are imitating a kind of practice called cottaging. You see some people there in close proximity. Their lips are in close proximity. They are just inches away from kissing each other. And the other person has sort of cornered Ollie Alexander. If you want to summarize the ethos of the British people in a comparison with other European countries, I think casual sex in a bathroom is the way to do it. Casual gay sex in a bathroom at that. Right. So here we have Johnny Logan. Here you can just see the winner of the 1980 and the 1987 contest from Ireland. He seems well dressed. The songs are good.
Well, he just doesn't look like a freak.
Yeah. Yes. Let's see this year's Ireland's people. Let's play it with sound because I want you to hear it. I want to expose you to the full experience.
Do you know what makes me special? I'm a queer.
Extra chromosome. Oh, right.
And I'm a witch! Do you know?
Yeah. So you see from this, Ireland has sent that. Yeah?
Do you know what makes me special? I'm queer. Well, it doesn't make you special anymore, love. Everyone is.
Right. So we have yet another comparison by David Van Says, Two Faces of Ireland. Dana in 1969, Bambi Thug in 2024. What happened? So I think that's an interesting contest because that's an interesting contrast. Right here, at some point, you have to understand that something really went wrong when people started dressing like Teletubbies.
There's certainly something wrong with this. I'll give you that. So I've seen this before.
This is Ukraine 2007 entry. They came second with this.
Yes.
In which it's... I'd never actually figured out. In all the years of knowing about this, I don't know if that's a man or a woman hosting with the star on their head. Shouting in German, random bits of English.
7-7, something, Sieben.
7-7, I love you. And it's like...
if this was Russia's
7-7,
reason...
I love you in Ukrainian.
So maybe it's like a code or something. He's trying to not forget.
No, it was just weird. The whole
Password.
vibe was weird. And that was the joke, and that's why they got second place.
If Vladimir Putin in his interview with Tucker Carlson just said, my reason for invading Ukraine was this, and just pulled up this video, he'd be like, perfectly understandable. Wrap up.
Yes.
I mean, you have to see, when people get dressed like Teletubbies and they reach second position, something's weird, okay? Maybe it is about the Teletubby dressing. Anyway, here we have the winner of this contest who... I think he dressed like a chicken.
I haven't seen a chicken that looks like that before.
Yes. The name is Nemo. Maybe it's from Finding Nemo. I don't know. Yeah, let's see also here.
Got the right color scheme.
Yeah, so they say here, meet the class of 2024.
It looks like the cast of RuPaul's Drag Race, doesn't it? What's going on?
Just look at this, okay? What they're wearing. I mean, Bessa from Albania
Average Albanian woman, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Midriff out, tits out, yeah.
Yeah, from Armenia, they have this Lada Niva, which sounds like a car.
Traditional clothing, though. Maybe not for her, but for him.
Yeah, electric fields here. Yeah, traditional Australian.
Really?
I mean, I love Australia, but I don't see why Australia is in Europe and why it's in Eurovision.
Why are they dressed as African prince and queen?
Also, the same applies for many other countries who are in this...
guy from Belgium forgot his top. That's a shame.
I mean...
The Austrian is a dominatrix. Of course she is.
Guys, people from Azerbaijan, this is like WEF clothing. It's close to WEF clothing.
It's like 1980s sci-fi villain, isn't it?
This Belgian called Musti from Belgium just doesn't wear anything. Baby lasagna here from Croatia.
Baby lasagna.
Average Croatian, dressed like baby lasagna.
Oh, Denmark.
Yeah.
What is going on with Finland down there? Like a 90s internet nerd there. Stereotype, like a caricature.
Well, it's Denmark. No.
Stereotypical Estonians. I don't know, this seems ultra progressive.
It seems funny.
I mean, the German dude. I mean, you saw the Ukrainian contest winning by dress like Teletubbies. You can't just win this contest with just the most casual dress. Average French person, average Georgian person, here average Irish person.
Latvia didn't get the memo, did they? They're just like, you're supposed to send people.
Also, I want to say the Greek song was basically a Sonic cesspit. It was just ridiculous. Yeah, just ridiculous.
She looks like an early 2000s pop star, at least. Return to slightly more traditional things. Here
we also have the contestant from Israel, Eden Golan, that she was in the center of controversies. We'll talk about it in a bit. Average Latvian person. You just
scary.
Yeah. Average Lithuanian here with sartorial advice from Eurovision.
Nice haircut from the Dutch there. Yeah. Is that some sort of campaign to scare away the British tourists? I don't know, maybe.
Spanish people here with weird glasses. Teodora Ramonda from Serbia. What do you think? Is this representative of Serbia?
I think she's got a weird dress, but than that.
Yeah. And Oli Alexander here.
Looking surprisingly normal. Well, by the standards of other people.
Yeah.
You've got someone doing a sort of mock Jamiroquai thing with that hat.
And also we have this. If you want sartorial combination. So we got from Brotherhood of Man and Joni Logan to these images. So something has happened. And,
what is going on in Spain?
Well,
I know that they've got the most LGBT people in all of Europe as a per capita percentage. They've really gone for it there, haven't they?
I don't know why. Because, I mean, I don't know how. I mean, Spain is a good country, has a good culture. How could this happen?
It's very British now, these days.
Right. So obviously it's very politicized. And that is the issue that a lot of people are not seeing. And a lot of people do see. But the thing is, you know how some people say the personal is the political? In this case, maybe these people are also saying the musical is the political. And this shows how far-reaching and totalizing wokeness is and progressivism. Literally, it leaves nothing untouched, even music. I think music is something that people shouldn't politicize as much. And it's okay to say that you can like music that is linked with other, let's say, circles. For instance, in Greece, one of the best songs has lyrics about Rosa Luxemburg. Like it's one of our best songs. Okay, it would be tremendously stupid if I said it wasn't. So it's okay. It's fine to not politicize everything. But apparently Eurovision has politicized everything. And you'll see here some of the things that they have said here. Non-binary finery. I think this is a right-wing extremist tweet here because it has the Swedish flag. I don't know how they could allow this. A globalist
Swedish flag?
A Swiss flag, sorry. Yeah,
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Though it does have the rainbow flag. That might
It does have the rainbow. It does have
It doesn't have the black flag of Islam, though. That's the Swedish flag. Really.
It has the transgender flag, but it does have the flag of Switzerland. So I was joking before, but it's really weird. We're in a very globalist institution that literally portrays, let's say, being loving your country and waving its flag as extremism, that they have the Swiss flag. I think that this is a bit weird. You can see here winner in fancy clothing. And let us go to the politicized things here. So someone says here, them ending on top 5 is literally so huge for the non-binary community. Really proud of Nemo and Bambi and heart emoji and love emoji. So obviously this is a, let's say, political statement, and the whole organization has been politicized, and it is precisely geared to do a sort of really weird thing of saying we need to address historical inequalities or something, and we need to represent people from marginalized communities as winners of the competition. So that's all it is. And we'll talk about it more, but here we need to play this clip from the Irish contestant, because there was a lot of protest with Israel's participation, and a lot of people were saying that Israel is not in Europe. Also, Australia and some other places are not in Europe. And we have here the Irish contestant, the Bambi Thug, who is having a visceral reaction against this. Let's listen to what she says.
I'm so proud of us. And I just want to say, we are what the Eurovision is. The EBU is not what the Eurovision is. Fuck the EBU. I don't even care anymore. Fuck them. The thing that makes this is the contestants, the community behind it, the love and the power and the support of all of us is what is making change. And the world has spoken. The queers are coming. Non-binaries for the fucking win. I'm so proud of this. Because it has been so...
Such a woman, though. I just can't get over people being like, oh, no, I'm so non-binary, It's like, you're so clearly not something else. You're what you were born, and it's in everything you do. Your mind, your actions, your thoughts, the things you take interest in. Go away.
But look at how silly it is. When you have people who are basically dressed like that and being given, say, airtime to make claims about stuff and events, and it's just ridiculous. It's the most silly the dress, the more you are being promoted.
You mean you don't take geopolitical talking points from someone dressed like that?
Well, the issue is that a lot of the people who go to Eurovision, they do.
It's very weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. So we are going to have here, you see this is the contestant from Israel, Eden Golan, who was in the center of a lot of controversies, and she was harassed and people were also protesting against it. And basically she made some political statements as well about the hostages, and she was saying there are still 164 hostages that need to be returned. And she used also that platform to make political messages. So we'll see here how this translated into action and what happened. So we have here Eden Golan defies the protesters. Israel's hotly tipped Eurovision star is cheered as well as booed as she gives strong performance after demonstrators tried to storm the show and yelled "Shame on you" at fans in Gaza protest. So you see here, there was all sorts of booing and hurraying for yeah, you see what they're doing. Maybe this is like the portal that they had in the you were showing before.
Takes you to the tunnels.
Yeah,
portal to the demons in Ireland. That's actually how they got to the show. To open a demonic portal.
Yes, here. So you can see here all sorts of stuff from this crazy competition. Anyway. And we will see here what happened with the points, because apparently in this competition there is also vote from the juries and from the public, and we will just see here how some people voted. It says the non-binary singer scored 365 points with the juries and 226 from the public for a total of 591 points. So the overwhelming majority of the points came from the juries. It's more than 60%. If the total was 600, 360 would be 60%. So they have more than that with 591 points. So it's more than 60%. And you can see here from other contestants, for instance, Ukraine scored 146 with the juries and 307 points from the public. And also here they're talking about Israel that scored 52 points from the professional judges, 323 points from the public, including 12 from UK viewers. So this is weird, because personally, I think all of that's rigged.
Well, I think that it's been political for a very long time. I can remember watching it as a kid, and it being very political because most of Europe doesn't like Britain. Britain tends to score poorly, and then people vote for their neighbours. They basically vote for the countries that they like, irregardless or irrespective of the actual performance of the musician. It's more of a popularity contest for which country do you like the most?
Which country do you like the most? But I don't know. It just seems to me that there's something really weird with the points, because I can't understand how someone would vote for it.
I don't know what possesses someone.
I just can't understand. I can't understand the mentality of why someone would do that.
I've never met anyone who ever voted in this or cared about it. That's the thing I find so strange about Eurovision, because usually for something that's very silly and like is funded by governments, you can usually find someone who likes it. But with Eurovision, maybe it's because we're in Britain, but it's just roundly despised.
Can you scroll down to the final result, Stelios? Let's see where we were. We weren't rock bottom. Norway came last there of the top 25 anyway.
The Dominatrix came 24th.
Yeah. Well, what I want to say, though, is that it seems to me that there are two tiers in wokeness. There is tier 1 and tier 2. And Eurovision is peak tier 1. And what do I mean by that? I mean the people who go and listen to it. Because all of the messaging it puts forward is, well, we want peace and dignity, and let's all be sentimental, and we want to liberate people by liberating their dressing code. and have a world where all of that is somehow consistent. They are the people who think that basically all the groups that are presented as protected groups by progressive politicians and circles are compatible with each other. They're not. They have radically different ideas of what constitutes peaceful coexistence. And the sooner people understand this, the better for the world. Tier 2 wokeness is just Machiavellian divide and conquer politics. When people understand, I've said this a lot, but I think it's true, and I'll carry on saying it. When all these incompatibilities become understood, that's when you have the progressive politicians and intellectuals coming in, increasing the victimization, doubling down on the idea of the Western world as being increasingly more demonic. Meanwhile, they're dressed like demons and they're screaming, "We are coming." And that's about it.
If you appreciated that episode from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content that's on the site, such as Lads Hour, this episode on the Fallout universe. If you'd like to find out what else is being put out, you can follow on Twitter at lotuseaters_com on Twitter. Thank you and goodbye.